A lot of hype on like Jamara and Norton as well. Both players that were quite young, regardless of what you think of them. Key forwards don't hit their prime until, I'd say, like 25, 26. That's when you start turning up the expectation.
I don't agree with that notion after I've seen Tracy just like bust out at 22.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not going to be an All-Australian. He will be. I actually think Tracy is probably Fremantle's scariest player. Yeah, but sure, like there's outliers. I mean, Norton was probably a better player in previous years than he is now too. There's outliers.
There's definitely a relationship between key position players developing later.
I suppose there is outliers.
But I mean, look at Jeremy Cameron, Jesse Hogan. These guys are what people think is the twilight of their career, and that's... I mean, Josh Kennedy's prime went real deep. It just happens a little bit later for these bigger guys.
It's a bit the same in soccer with centre backs.
Right.
The same thing happens there. Like the peak comes in like the middle 20s.
Yeah.
And then they have a period. They can go a little bit longer usually at the back end of their career as well.
Tracy will be a lot better in 5 years than he is now, is my prediction.
That's crazy. Can't wait to see.
I think Tracy is the player that Fremantle have that scares me the most.
Yeah.
Where do you put Tracy in the like current key position forwards, number one forwards for their team? Where does he sit? You'd like I'd have like a Sam Darcy really at that top end.
Well, that's another outlier, I will say. He is so good for his age. It's insane.
Well, Sam Darcy will be the face of the league. Like, he's that good.
Yes, I agree with that.
So, yeah, I'd probably take Darcy, I think, just on resume and overall ability.
Hogan?
Jeremy Cameron. I wouldn't take Hogan, weirdly.
Really?
I think it's just because I've had him at Freo.
Yeah, okay.
Fair. And, I don't know.
It's hard to argue with statistics, though. Like, he's outside of Darcy, he's the next best, like, contested marker in the comp.
I don't know. He was never a player that I could, like, really get around. Even now at GWS, like, I just can't. I don't know if it's just because he came through and was shit, but I just can't get around him. I just don't like watching him play.
It'd be hard to argue that he's not one of the best forwards in the comp, though.
Yeah, for sure. But I would take Tracy over Hogan.
Okay, fair. Kerno?
No. I think Tracy does everything Kerno does, to be honest.
It's a tough one. We're comparing like multiple Colemans in some cases.
Kerno's much older.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not really a great comparison because Kerno is much better performer.
I mean,
not
who
like who's going to be.
I'm saying who's better. Where is he right now as far as output? I still think he's in the top end.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put him.
Would you take Kerno above Tracy?
Right now, I would.
Right now. But I think Tracy is going to be sensational.
Yeah.
So is Kerno, though. His career is pretty sensational.
Thilthorpe?
Yeah.
Yes, I'd take Thilthorpe too.
Yeah, true.
See, those are fair. I wouldn't take Hogan or Kerno.
I think at being a key forward, Thilthorpe and... is it Tilthorpe or Thilthorpe?
It's Thilthorpe. I think there was a fake news thing that people started calling him Tilthorpe and then it was quashed. Right. A little bit like Shea Bolton was Shy Bolton for a few years and then but a lot of people call him, even some commentators still slip up and call him Shy.
What I was going to say is on the contested marking side of the game, I think that's a pretty even one, but Thilthorpe's kicking is on another level.
Yeah. Other key forwards, you take... Oh, so it's hard when you go the other way. You compare Tracy to Kerno when you go like Tracy to Caddy or Tracy to Morris. I suppose they're different types.
They're different types a bit, aren't they?
But maybe that's just what modern key forwards are. Maybe
I feel like the game's going towards you have a Tracy and then you have a Caddy, and that's like your two. So you have this sort of undersized, really athletic forward.
Yeah. That
can pretty much run all day and kick the footy. Yeah. And sometimes they're slightly different on that. Like I feel. Certain like Kerno's, or he's that more caddy type in a way, as well as being a bit of a gorilla. I feel.
No, I feel like he's a big bustling powerhouse.
But he's a runner.
Kerno.
He's a runner.
Yeah, he can do it all.
And like Jeremy Cameron is sort of like for me in that more like caddy.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Caddy type player, and then you have a kind of more of a bear in the square, which I'd say is Tracy.
Ben King or Tracy?
No, I don't rate Ben King that highly.
Yeah, see, that's how I feel like about Hogan. Like, I have Ben King in that same pile.
Really?
I have Ben King in that pile with you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just don't love watching them play. And, like, yes, they're effective.
Like Hogan's more of a beast than Ben King. I feel like Ben King's more that, like, aerial tall where they're just... like,
run and jump.
It's reach, yeah. It's a bit more boring, whereas Hogan will, like, bash someone up. It's a bit more fun, I feel.
It's tough to say, like, you don't rate a potentially dual. Is he 1-2 or just one, Hogan? Coleman's.
He's at least one.
At least one, yeah.
I think it's one.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit stiff to say you don't rate them, but I think with Hogan, he had such a disjointed career. Great at Melbourne in his second season, kicked 40-odd goals.
It was rising star as well.
Yeah, then there was the Fremantle era. And I feel like he fell off at Melbourne before that. Went to Fremantle. Well, I think he kicked like less than a goal a game in his time.
He had a lot of personal issues, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. And then I feel like even before he won the Coleman, the back end of that year, I think, he kicked 9 against Essendon? I reckon it was the last game of the year before he won the Coleman. We started to see that evolution. So it's been a short peak for Hogan, but it doesn't really look too close to slowing down. I think he turns 30 this year. Still got a few good years, I reckon.
I think this season's been really good. I think last season was incredible. Like that's pretty much the best you're going to get out of a deep lying key forward.
Yeah.
All right, so let's rank key forwards, and we've had this chat, and it sort of stemmed from Tracy. Where does he rank? But let's go top 5 key forwards in the game right now.
Yep. Okay.
Jeremy Cameron number 1 for me.
Yeah.
Is there too much doubt about that?
I was almost gonna say Hogan.
Oh no, give me Jeremy Cameron every day.
No, I agree. I agree. Give me Cameron, and I like the package. Do you think though that Hogan is a more rare type?
No, Jeremy Cameron is a more rare type.
No, I don't think so. What'd you say?
Did you just, when I said package?
Yes. I was like, is he going to say something? All right.
No. Cameron's a more rare type. Just how many of those beast type key forwards that mark everything are there in the AFL? That's what I mean. I'm sort of like,
yeah. I guess, but I just think Cameron's like ability to just kick bags, but also push up high up the ground in the way that he does.
Yes,
clutch player, can't give him an inch. I feel like he is unparalleled at the moment.
Yeah, I pretty much agree. I think they're the 2 though for me. They'd be 1 and 2 for me.
Sure.
So okay, I'm gonna go Hogan 1. I'm gonna go Cameron 2.
The problem with doing this is my memory fails me. I need to be organised.
You forget the.
I've got my top 5 here, and I'm pretty comfortable with it. It's crazy that Hogan is in this list. So much personal bias in this, but I got Jeremy Cameron, Sam Darcy, Riley Thilthorpe, Josh Tracy, and Charlie Curnow.
Okay, so 1 Cameron, 2
Darcy, Sam Darcy, Riley Thilthorpe.
See, I forgot about Darcy, and we mentioned him 2 minutes ago. This is why I need it in front of me.
Okay, can I do it again? I'm going Darcy 1. I'm going Hogan 2, and I'm going Cameron 3. And I rate Cameron as like one of the greatest forwards of the modern era. But right now, I'm taking the skill of contested marking. I'm putting it higher.
Yeah, I must admit, I just haven't seen as much of Sam Darcy as I've seen of Jeremy Cameron. So there's some sort of unconscious bias
right now, though.
Right? Yeah, right now. Well, I mean, I don't know. I would still probably go Jeremy, but not to discount that Sam Darcy is like unbelievable for his age. To be in this conversation is insane, to be honest.
Give us your top 5 then, Jesse.
Cameron. Maybe Darcy, then Hogan. I think Curnow's got to be in here, but I mean, this isn't based necessarily on 1 year, but there's a body of work there with Curnow that is hard to ignore. So I will bias it towards those guys.
Who gets into the fifth
So
spot?
Between Thilthorpe and Tracy's hard. I feel like I've seen more of Tracy. Thilthorpe's he's having a more prolific career. I'm going to guess he kicked more goals without actually double checking that.
Thilthorpe has kicked 28 goals. Tracy's kicked 26.
Yeah, right.
Thilthorpe, I feel like he's that same vein as Darcy, that like in 5-6 years' time, they will just be tearing up the league. So I have Thilthorpe ahead of Tracy personally.
Are they the same age?
Same income. Same starting balance.
They'd be similar, wouldn't they?
What is it? Is it the... I don't know what I'm doing. That's the one.
Yeah, I think I'd agree. So
yeah, that's probably right.
Tracy's 22. He's 2 years younger than me, which is fucking crazy.
I think Thilthorpe is a year older then. I think he was 2020 draft, making him born in 2002.
They're both 22. So
Okay.
Thilthorpe's actually older than Tracy, but by like a month or two.
Yeah,
So
right. Oh, that counts.
I'm Darcy, Hogan, Cameron, Curnow, Thilthorpe. And then I'd be Tracy at 6.
Yeah. I got Tracy at 4.
I'm the same as you, Dylan, but I have Jeremy Cameron number 1.
Yep. And Hogan at 2.
Yeah, I went Darcy. Oh, you went Hogan first?
No, I went Darcy.
Okay, sorry. We had the
Hogan.
same players, but I went Cameron number 1, then Darcy, then Hogan.
I've put a premium there on that player that I feel like the Darcy and Hogan package. You can I'll use that word again. Package. you can sit them in the square when the defense is really flooded, and they can still take a mark.
Yeah,
they can tell those real like bulging marks.
Yes,
bulging.
And the goals are very veiny.
Yeah, exactly.
Drill footy.